This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, October 1st. I'm James Spann. Very warm tomorrow, very cool this weekend, and some rain during the transition. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network today. We'll start with the Birmingham view. This is coming from high atop the Daniel building. Sky there mostly sunny, a few fair weather cumulus clouds about. Very similar sky coming from East Alabama's Chehaw State Park, just south of Anniston. And the Alabama Gulf Coast, a few folks down there are in the ocean, enjoying a sunny day. There could be a few scattered storms down there Friday, but the weekend will be wonderful. Sunny with highs in the 70s, and most of next week down there looking dry as well. Big trough in the west. That's a cold trough, and that will be progressing eastward, pushing a cold front this way. The cold front due in here Friday. But in advance of that, it's going to be pretty warm. Today we're up in the mid to upper 80s. We'll see similar numbers tomorrow, but by the time the weekend gets here, you might need a jacket. In fact, you probably will need a jacket. Very cold air back in the trough in the west. They're only in the 40s out there at mid-afternoon. But we got 80s around here. There's the watch warning maps, some frost and freeze issues for Colorado and Utah. See a few counties in Missouri under a flash flood watch, but generally speaking, things are quiet. Severe weather possibilities for the rest of today and tonight. The standard slight risk across the nation's heartland. And this is tomorrow, a fairly large slight risk, the standard risk that runs from eastern Texas up through parts of Arkansas, Missouri, and Illinois. And we'll keep an eye on things. There is an enhancement out there, a higher severe weather possibility over parts of western Arkansas, northeastern Texas, southwest Missouri. But by the time the storms reach Alabama, we don't expect any organized severe weather. This is the day 3 outlook for Friday. No risk defined. And that's good news. This is the rain for the next 5 days. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts of about 1 inch. We figure Friday the amounts might be closer to 1/2 inch, but certainly everybody stands a fairly decent chance of getting some rain. Tropical weather, once again, things very quiet. There's a gale center in the North Atlantic, way east of Cape Cod, moving northeast. Tropical action not expected. Check the GFS. This is the Global Forecast System. Valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, local time. You see that cold trough digging south across the Great Plains. Down below that, the day will be warm. We'll be in the upper 80s tomorrow, but there could be a few showers late in the day as moisture begins to increase. This is the high-res NAM, valid tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and this is suggesting maybe a few scattered showers and storms tomorrow afternoon, especially along and west of I-65. Nothing widespread, but we could see a few of them out there. The main batch of rain, though, probably Friday. This is Friday at 1 o'clock. You can see that very intense trough digging down through here, and down below that, the surface low, again, is north of the Great Lakes in Canada. Got the trailing cold front down into the deep south, running through Memphis and Vicksburg, Mississippi at 1 o'clock, with a batch of showers and storms coming in here. And as discussed, there could be a strong storm, but severe weather not expected. The instability value should be well over 1,000 joules per kilogram, but the helicity values are very marginal with the surface low so far north. In terms of the back edge of the rain, this is the high-res NAM at Friday evening at 7 o'clock. And this still has a few showers up in northwest Alabama, so it's going to be a close call for these high school football games. Certainly south of Birmingham, there could be some rain Friday night, but I really think north and west of Birmingham, the bulk of the rain should be over. And then Saturday, boy, what a difference a day can make. It's going to be a cool, breezy day with a cobalt blue sky. Highs only in the 60s. We start the day in the middle 40s, maybe low 40s Saturday morning. You're going to need a jacket if you're out early in the day. And Sunday morning, low 40s are likely. Maybe upper 30s for the colder pockets over northeast Alabama. And the high Sunday should be in the 70s. And again, low humidity, just absolutely gorgeous. Monday of next week, we stay dry. Start the day probably in the 50s. High should be in the upper 70s. Tuesday, a little lobe coming around the backside of the trough, trying to squeeze out some rain over Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia. We think the air will be too dry for that down here. And this is Wednesday. Still looks dry, very nice, very comfortable next week, although not as cool as the weekend. We'll go out there a few more days. This is October 13th. Look at that powerhouse trough digging through here. And another cold front with a band of showers and storms. And again, this is Monday, October 13th, and very chilly air coming in behind that. And a few days later, the end of the forecast on the 17th, we're dry. And the bogus tropical system of the day in the medium range down there in the Yucatan Channel, but we all know that probably will never happen. Temperatures over the next 15 days. Yeah, look at those cool mornings. In fact, the ensemble here has 41 for Birmingham Sunday morning, and we go back in the 40s around October 13th and October 14th. So the bottom line is the maps are looking more and more like fall. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.